Hey guys, today I want to show you some staple combos for Devil Jin, and this video is aimed for people who want to pick up the character or who picked up the character recently and want to expand their execution and their combo potential. First off, I have a new annoying chair because my old one broke. I apologize on behalf of this chair. I will get a new one as soon as possible, but until then we have to bear with it. So what about the combos? The combos I want to show you, I will show you some very easy combos and some bread and butter combos, and I will show you sometimes a more execution heavy combo if you want to get even more damage, but I will refrain from showing off crazy combos, okay? So first off, a combo from electric. If you're really new, you can do this here. This is electric, then screw, and then laser scraper. This is if you're really new. If you're somewhat familiar with the character and you want to play him like if you're on a level where you can do electric somewhat consistently and you're confident in your electric, do the staple, and the staple is really easy. It's electric, forward, forward, forward. Then you do this part and the ender. The only thing that's a bit tricky is getting this part right, and just look what I do. Just press forward all the time until you get this cancel animation. You see that with the time where he... I will show you. No. This is one you want to get. If you don't press forward, this is how it will look like. You see? There is no spinning at the end. But if you mash forward, he spins. And this is what you want to get. So you just... electric, screw, then you mash forward. And do the ender. Nothing all too complicated. If you want to try out, if you want to advance from doing one electric for combos to two, there is an intermediate combo that utilizes two electrics, which you can use as a stepping stone to get a really big D combos. And this would be electric, electric, screw, and then laser scraper. This is somewhat easy to get if you have decent electrics, and it prepares you for the really high level combos. And I will show you my staple combo which I use, but this is a bit more technical. It is two electrics, and I apologize beforehand, this is a recording for YouTube, so I have a bit of input delay, and you know, when you record for a YouTube video you always have execution like an idiot. But trust me, this combo is not hard to get. Oh, I got it actually the first time. This is the staple I use. It's double electric, and then you use this here as a screw. There's an even harder one, which I sometimes use, but I wouldn't recommend it for beginners. It's double electric into forward, forward, forward screw. Oops, I missed it here. Oops. There are two hard parts about this combo. The first one is actually landing forward, forward 2. And the last part is dashing deep enough so that you get the ender. And that's a bit hard while recording because of the delay. But you get what I mean, this combo should do 75 damage if you hit it right. I would only recommend this combo when you play at infinite stages, or when you're at the real far end of a stage and you want to have really great wall carry, because this combo has a lot of wall carry, and on most stages, if you do it from the middle of the stage, you get too much of wall carry, so I really recommend using this variant here. This has better wall carry than the staple combo, but on a level that it actually suits you most of the time. So what else? Health whip combo. This is the bread and butter here. You dash in and do this here. The tricky part here is the dash here. Exactly here. I recommend just mashing forward until you hit it, and then you press to it. Like this. You just press forward all the time until you're not near enough, close enough, I'm sorry. And then you press 2. There is an easier variant if you're really new to the character. It goes like this. You wait a second and then forward 3+4. So the trick here is after the screw, you wait and then you 3+4. This is the easy mode combo if you're really new to the character and you can't get the dash here. This takes a couple of weeks to get used to if you're a beginner. So don't worry, just practice, just mess forward and then do 2. Really important, if you mash forward and then press 2, don't hold forward while you press 2 or you will get this. Just tap forward and the moment you press 2, release forward. If you hit if you hit Hell Sweep really close, you used, this was a season 1 thing, I just wanted to point it out. You could electric after this here, but this is no longer possible in season 2. What you get instead is, you get a, I think the other dig jab. You get a dig jab into while standing 2 for this combo here. And this does slightly more damage and has more wall carry. Also the follow-up combo is way easier because you don't have to do the dash 2 thing. Just note, this here only works point blank. If you hit him somewhere like this, it doesn't hit him. You have to be point blank for this combo to work. These are the Hell Sweep combos. What else do we have? CD3, okay. This is the easy mode CD3 combo. Basically the Hell Sweep combo. If you hit this point blank, you can do a dig jab, down back 1 in this case. You can do a dig jab into a variety of combos, but I think the best one would be dig jab into while standing 2 and yeah. Basically this is the same as the tip range Hell Sweep combo, but the difference is with the Hell Sweep combo you pick up with a 2, with a down 2, and with the crouch dash 3 combo you pick up with a down back 1. So don't confuse those two. What else is there to say? Counter hit combos. Counter hit down forward 2. This is the easy mode counter hit combo. So 2, then screw and laser scraper. Then a bit more technical would be jab into forward forward 4. The hard part here is you have to jab here and then forward forward 4. This requires a fast forward forward input. But it's not that hard to get. You can try it out, maybe you get it really fast, maybe you need a couple of days to train, but this is a good intermediate combo. If you're confident, you can do this here. Sorry? Into immediate forward forward 4. This will get you the most damage. 63 without walls. So this is a really good combo to use if you have a fast forward forward input and you're mentally prepared to get a down forward to counter it. Because most often of the time, when you're new and you're not used to it, this will happen. You know what I mean, so I would recommend for beginners to jab and then forward forward 4. It gives you more breathing room to react to the actual counter hit, and then you can do the forward forward 4 step. But while we're at the topic, let's do the Can-Can combo. So the easy mode Can-Can combo I think would be something like this. So Can-Can, screw and then laser scraper, and you can do this laser scraper version or the forward one. It really depends on what kind of Oki or wall split you wanna get. A bit harder would be this. I mean, this is the staple I use. Oops. I don't know why I key chart. This is when you record videos and you're not 100% there. So this is the combo I use. If you don't mess it up like I just did, it should give you 65 damage, and that's really good for a Can-Can combo. Again, the hard part is to get the forward forward after the jab. Takes a bit of practice, but it's not that hard. Let's go for the low parry combo. Okay, let's first go for a very easy mode combo. I'm just gonna try. Okay, let's do something different. Yes, I think this is reasonable. So this would be a good staple. It's down forward 2 jab, screw, then the same ender as you do for the Hell Sweep combo. This staple that I use is basically the same but with an electric. This will get you more damage. if you're really cocky, you can try to go for multiple electrics. This can sometimes be useful, but it's really not that important. Oops. Yeah, same damage. One neat thing if you're going for the electric is that if you mess up the electric some way, you usually get one of two motions. You either get a down forward 2, which means that you can still continue your combo, this is great, or you get a down 2 and you can still do while standing 2. So I think doing an electric is a really nice thing to practice here, because even if you mess it up, most often you either get a down jab with a 2, or you'll get a down forward 2, and in both scenarios you can still continue your low parry combo, so you're a bit safer here. You have a safety net, if you know what I mean. What else? Okay, let's talk about the rage drive. Or is it player rage? Oh. Rage drive combos. Easy mode combo would be down forward 2. Okay, I think I'm gonna get my boy over here. Stand and approach, come in. So this is the bread and butter you should be able to do. Something like this. I've made a video for this on my Devil Jin guide about the various enders you can use. But just to have a quick reminder here. You can try it out, but there are a couple of basic enders you can use, and I don't want to go too far into detail in this video about them. But for example, in this combo, I just used the screw as an ender again, because the wall was really near. But you can, depending on the range, use completely different enders, of course, so don't get confused about this. You can also dash in and do your typical forward 3 stuff. It really depends on what situation you're in. I'm just going a bit further back. So if the wall's a bit further off, you can dash in and do this here, of course. A bit more technical is to just skip this for an electric. Gives you more damage. And it can be like often, I tell you, really often, when I use the rage drive, the electric saves my ass, because this is like 5 extra damage and sometimes it can get you around, so I would really recommend to practice it once you're confident with your bread and butter combos. This can make a difference. Counter hits back 4. Easy mode combo is this here. A bit harder is to dash in an electric. This is what I usually do. Yes. So just so you know, this is the easy pickup, and if you want to get more damage, dash in for an electric. What other launches do we have with Devil Jin? Okay, sidestep 2. I don't usually use this move, so my combo here is crap. But most combos go something like this here. Or you can just hold up. If you're really new to the character, there is no shame in just holding up to get immediate. This is more damage than you should get, because we have rage on, but you should get 69 damage, I think, if you hold up. So if you're really new to the character, don't worry, you can just hold up for damage. But if you're some more advanced, you can do stuff like this, or stuff like... or stuff like this. But just to be frank, I don't use this move for a reason, because this is minus 20 something on block. So the only time I use this move is when somebody is constantly ducking me and I want to step and surprise him with something if I have a really hard read. Usually if I have a read that he's going to duck, but it's not a hard read, I'm just gonna up forward 4 or sidestep up forward 4. But if you're really cocky, you can use this here, but just be sure. Think about who you're playing against, because this launcher here is really risky. What else do we have? We have the Hell Sweep, counter hits, electric. Did I forget any combo here? I don't think so. Let's go to wall combos, okay? My execution today is crazy bad, so don't... What kind of wall combos do we usually use? we have the laser scraper. And the important thing about laser scraper as a wall combo is to delay the last hit. So this was the undelayed version. You see I have 36% for the last attack here. But if I delay it properly, I get 60% scaling. So this is the trick behind this. Then this here. This wall combo is I'm an idiot. We have here the reset. Where is it? Restart settings, restart position wall. So laser scraper is usually max damage. Another max damage variant is Heaven's Gate. Also gives good Oki. As you can see, your opponent is face towards your feet and stomach to the ground position. This is really good for Oki. This is one problem that laser scrapers and wall ender has, is that you don't get amazing Oki afterwards. Because your opponent is just lying flat on the ground, he can do a spring kick or whatever. Then you have this here, and this is amazing too, because as you can see, your opponent is in this very weird position where his options are limited, and you have a lot of frame advantage. So this is the best wall ender if you want to get good Okizeme. Then you have this here, which does also a lot of damage, but it does less damage than Heaven's Gate or Laser Scraper. And the Oki is not that good, but it can be useful. It really depends. This is something you need to figure out for yourself. I usually use this if I'm not confident enough that I'm going to get a Laser Scraper, because the range of Devil-Jin's jabs is really amazing sometimes. And I think those, yeah, these are basically Devil-Jin's wall options that you should be concerned about. Go for Laser Scraper for maximum damage. This is good because it's a mid, so if you think your opponent is going downhill, try using this here because it can catch him before he hits the ground. And one last option, if you're really far away, for example, you get a combo, let's see, something like this, and you're not sure if you get the wall combo. Let's try something out. Something like this, and you don't know if you get it, you can use forward 2, or you can dash in and do back 4. So if you have somebody at the wall, but you know you're not going to be there in time, use this here. This does a bit of additional damage and it's better than doing no wall combo. Forward 2, amazing tool for getting a bit of wall damage even though your opponent is really far off. But these should be Devil-Jin's wall options. And I think I covered most of the combos you will need with Devil-Jin when you start out. I really hope you get something from this, and of course, I mean, this is just a very brief tutorial. You will find more, like, you can do so much with Devil-Jin. He has so many amazing options for combos, but you just have to understand how to use them, and this will come with time, and everybody will find their own bread and butter combo which suits him, but because this really depends on execution. For example, I would say decent execution, so I can go for, I'm sorry, not here. So I can go for something like this as a staple. But if you are not, you are a Mishima player who is more about movement but has bad execution, you can just do the staple combo. There is no problem in that, and if you're a really beginner player, just do what is easiest to you, but try to go, you should at least hit this bread and butter level combo. If you can hit this, you're fine. You don't have to go any further than this if you're not so much into execution, and I really apologize about this damn chair. This chair is a nemesis of mine. Yeah, I think that's about it. Hope you got something from it. Bye!